These are the worst things that have happened to Meg. Number 1. When Meg takes a photo with a man who has mumps at a Star Trek convention, she finds out that she never was vaccinated as a child.
Well, Meg has the mumps all right. How is it she was never immunized?
Well, it was 1992, and I couldn't be bothered with anything that didn't involve Dan Cortez.
Poor Meg has to deal with the pain of the disease. All the while, Peter continues to make life a living hell for her.
Meg, your mother made soup for you. Here you go, honey.
Number 2. It's a bit of a surprise to everyone when Meg lands herself a date for Valentine's Day, and even more of a surprise when it goes well.
Do you like Coldplay?
Am I a dull white guy? Yes, I like Coldplay.
God, Toby, I can't believe how much we have in common.
Unfortunately for Meg, it turns out that Toby was never interested in her. He instead had ulterior motives for taking her out.
Toby, I can't believe you took my kidney. You
Sorry, Meg. Black market organs are big money, and I promised my bosses a fresh kidney. No hard feelings.
Number 3. It isn't well hidden that the Griffins don't like their daughter, and it's no different when they reminisce about Meg's early years.
Yeah, you kids always loved your first trip to the fire station. You remember when we took Meg?
The cutaway that follows needed no words to show just how unwanted Meg has been since day 1 in this family. Number 4. Since she's so clearly unwanted, it shouldn't be a shock to see the family be so quick to give her up to burglars when their home gets invaded, yet it is.
Be careful, Meg.
I hate you all!
Hey, I hate you too.
When she fails at getting supplies and instead gets held hostage by them, her family still doesn't care enough to go and rescue her.
Peter, do something!
You know, Meg being captured by evil men reminds me of another story. It's distracting.
Number 5. When he realizes he owes Mort money, Peter proves there's no limit to his terrible parenting abilities and sells Meg as a slave to the pharmacist.
What if I sold you my daughter?
Huh?
You drop the tab, and your son can have Meg.
Despite eventually getting out of the contract, Meg spends most of the episode doing some uncomfortable tasks thanks to Peter's actions.
All right, Meg. According to the contract, every night you have to put on my pajamas. My mom's record is 12 seconds.
Number 6. It's not just Peter that's the cause of Meg's pain. Lois has also had her fair share of terrible parenting moments when it comes to her daughter.
Mom, Dad, is it okay if I invite my new boyfriend over for dinner tonight?
Yeah, what?
Yes, I share your mother's skepticism.
Laughing at Meg's newfound romance isn't enough for Lois, as she decides to compromise Meg's potential relationship to ease her own insecurities about aging.
Mom, I forgot my keys. Do you know where?
Number 7. When the Griffins plan their evacuation from the flooding house, Peter proves his priorities are in the entirely wrong place.
We gotta get out of here.
Hang on, Lois. There's a case of beer in the fridge. I can't leave that behind. Meg, you're a good swimmer. Go get it.
What? But Dad!
And for God's sake, do not be afraid to make me a sandwich while you're in there.
Her beer rescue mission doesn't go well, as she ends up nearly drowning, leaving her in a coma.
Oh my God, Peter. What if she doesn't come out of it?
I know, Lois. I never realized until now how much I've taken her for granted.
Naturally, their change of heart doesn't last long. Number 8. Upon meeting God in heaven, Peter asks him to make some changes when it comes to his favorite NFL team.
Stop making the Patriots lose.
I'm God. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, so you admit it.
Maybe.
When Peter tells his family about getting to meet God, Lois is annoyed that he didn't make a different wish, which Peter corrects her on.
Oh, I asked for one more thing.
What's happening?
Don't look at her. Don't look at her. It's okay. Just go with it. It'll all be over in a second.
Number 9. With Meg leading the Griffins family band, the group get invited to perform on Saturday Night Live, with guest host Jimmy Fallon taking an interest in Meg.
Why don't you come hang out in my dressing room?
What are you looking at?
Nothing. Come on, let's go.
Meg loses her virginity to the host, but she didn't realize that the whole event was filmed and aired live on the show.
There's something I gotta tell you. Being with you just made me feel so alive from New York. It's Saturday night!
Number 10. After Meg announces that she's pregnant thanks to a med student, Michael, Peter scares the student into marrying her.
I just want to talk to him.
Dad, this is ridiculous!
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
It is not his fault.
I just want to shoot him. I just want to talk to him.
You can't shoot him!
Wait, what are you doing?
But when it's revealed that she's not carrying, the Griffin daughter goes through every girl's worst nightmare.
I'm not pregnant!
What?
Number 11. Instead of landing a lead role in the Star Wars parody episodes, Meg was given the role of some of the most hideous Star Wars creatures, the Dianoga, the Exogorth,
This is no cave.
What?
and even the Sarlacc.
It's this disgusting, horrible creature that's worse than anything you could ever imagine.
Poor Meg just cannot catch a break. Number 12. Somehow, Peter lands himself a job working for the Trump administration, but upon meeting the former president, Meg finds herself in an uncomfortable situation.
Oh my God!
Oh, please. Every president since Washington has done this.
Meg not only has to deal with being assaulted, but also with a family that doesn't support her when she tells them the truth.
Meg, you expect us to believe that the President of the United States would grab a woman by her... That's ridiculous.
How could you not believe me?